So last week, I watched another really talented consultant shut down her business. 10 years of corporate experience, an MBA from Wharton. Clients really loved her. But 18 months into running her own firm, she was back in a full-time role. And this isn't rare. 4 out of 5 consulting businesses don't survive the first 2 years. And over 80% are gone within 5. And it's not because these people weren't capable. It's because they never learned the difference between being good at consulting and being good at running a consulting business. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through 9 principles that separate the consultants who survive from the ones that don't. Now, these aren't just theories. They come from working very closely with consultants who build businesses that actually last. So let's get started. Here's the first mistake I see too often. Great consultants who spend all their time delivering work and barely any time building the business behind it. Sarah is a perfect example. 20 years of experience in supply chain leadership. Brilliant at what she does. But when she went solo, she spent 90% of her time on client projects and 10% thinking about the future. One slow month and she was really scrambling. Now the consultants who succeed, they flip that ratio. They treat their business like a business. They work on their positioning, their pricing, their systems and visibility. If you want long-term stability, you can't just be the product. You've got to be the CEO too. So let's talk about Marcus. He messaged me after losing yet another proposal. Rob, maybe I'm not senior enough for this kind of work, but that wasn't the issue. His CV was really solid. His results were real. The problem was the way he packaged his offer. He was selling strategic planning at £200 an hour. No clear outcome, no edge. So all we did was reposition it. And we called it the 90-day revenue acceleration system. Guaranteed $500,000 impact or your money back. Same expertise, different language, different outcome. And he closed his next 3 proposals. Now, when a client says no, it doesn't always mean that you're the problem. It usually means the offer isn't sharp enough. Your credibility is probably fine, but your offer might need some serious work. Now, we've all had that one engagement where everything went perfectly. The client was happy, the results were strong, and you walked away thinking that's how it should always be, right? But what do most consultants do next? They move on. They hope it happens again. But smart consultants don't do that. They take what worked and they turn it into a repeatable system. Jennifer, she did exactly that. She supported a tech firm through a very difficult transformation, then mapped the entire process. The questions that unlocked trust, the exercises that got clarity, the frameworks that delivered the change. And that became her 90-day change blueprint. And it's now used across 40 client engagements. And 70% of her delivery is repeatable. Now, don't let your best work become just a one-off. Turn it into your operating model, a repeatable system. Now, here's a really classic example of what not to post on LinkedIn. I'm a senior advisor with 20 years of experience supporting Fortune 500 companies. Very bland, very forgettable, and it gives clients no reason to pay attention. Now, here's what David, an operations consultant, posted instead. I helped a manufacturer uncover a £2.3 million annual loss caused by a 47-second delay. And here's how we diagnosed it. Which one are you going to remember? Consultants who stand out, they don't shout. They demonstrate. They share how they think. They post case studies like David. They walk people through their frameworks. And when a client says, that's exactly how we think too, they're already halfway to hiring you. Now, I know a consultant who's really brilliant at working a room. Always networking, always visible, always really charming. But he's constantly chasing work. And then there's Lisa. Quiet, focused, not especially active online, but her projects deliver clear, measurable results in 90 days or less. And guess what? She's booked solid for the next 6 months. Listen, charisma can open doors, of course, but outcomes? Well, they keep the doors open and open even more. Your reputation shouldn't rest on personality. It should be grounded in performance. Now, this is one of the most common patterns that I see. A consultant lands a big project. They then disappear from the market, and then the project ends, and then the consultant can be seen scrambling for leads, active on LinkedIn again. And then they start posting again. That inconsistency is a real killer. And Tom made this mistake over and over. Every quiet spell became a panic phase for him. But then there was Anna. Even during her busiest months, she shares one practical insight every week. That's it. And because of that consistency, she always has warm leads in the pipeline. Visibility doesn't mean shouting. It just means being present regularly, so you're not forgotten. Most consultants, they ask for referrals, right? But the best ones, they earn them without asking. Rachel finishes her projects by building a proper transition plan, training internal teams and offering 30 days of light touch support. She doesn't just deliver and then disappear. She sets clients up for success after she's gone. And because of that, her clients become her sales force. Now, if you want referrals to flow, don't chase them. Serve your clients so well that people feel compelled to share your name with others. Now, let's be honest. Hourly pricing is a real trap. It makes clients obsess over time instead of results. And it puts a ceiling on your income. And worst of all, the faster and better you get, the less you earn. High-performing consultants, they reframe everything around outcomes. Instead of £300 an hour for marketing strategies, it becomes a 60-day customer acquisition system, predictable £50,000 a month growth. Now, the client isn't paying for time. They're paying for the result. So price accordingly and deliver accordingly too. Now, here's what really separates a consulting business from a side hustle. You have systems that attract, that nurture and convert leads without constant manual effort. Mike, he figured this out after years. Now, he shares one high-quality case study a month on LinkedIn. And each one ends with, want the framework I used? Get it below. And then people download it. And they join his email list. And they receive 5 short emails with insights, tools, and an invitation to a diagnostic call. 3 new clients a month. No cold calls. No network or chasing people. Now, your system doesn't need to be fancy. It just needs to run, even when you're not. Now, let's be clear. These 9 principles, they aren't just suggestions. They're the difference between consultants who last and consultants who quietly fade away. Every struggling consultant I've ever met is skipping at least 5 of these. Every successful one is following all 9. If you've got the expertise and you're ready to build the structure around it, this is your roadmap. It's not magic, it's just a method. Now, if you're wondering how to make the shift from selling time to selling systems, check out the link in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video.